Welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the call on YouTube. Let us know, what are you grateful for today? What's happening today in your world? Let us know where you're tuning in from and what you're grateful for in the chat. Before we get started, we'll let everybody tune in. We had over 600 people register for this today, so it's going to take a little bit for the room to fill up, but we've got a great training for you all today on YouTube. You're going to learn a lot. I've been here before. I've heard what Sean has had to say. It is powerful. It is clean. It is going to make you step into the world of video. Awesome. We got Lauren says, I'm in Miami Beach. So grateful to learn new things. Kimmy says, howdy from Edmond, Oklahoma. Grateful for my health. Grateful to be here. Grateful for my Lord and Savior. Amazing. We got hello from St. Petersburg. Frank, thankful for my health over in Wyoming. Let us know where you're tuning in from. What are you grateful for today? We are learning a lot from Sean on YouTube. I got your book right here. This is the gold, everybody. If you have not gotten this book, this is the gold right here. We'll talk about it. YouTube secrets. Kimmy says, hi, Sean. Love the VRA. There you go. We got fans.
Hey, Cammy.
Grateful for my familia, says Maria. I love it. We got Ron from South Africa in the house. Amazing. We got Catherine from Chicago. Grateful for health. Hello from Paraguay. They're tuning in from all over the world today. I love this. Louisville, Kentucky in the house. Hello from Possum Kingdom Lake. Grateful for a successful brain surgery for my son. Wow, that is amazing. My mom also had a brain aneurysm and had surgery when I was a kid, and I'm grateful she's here. Grateful for new learning. All right, the numbers are still climbing. We're at 131, 600 people registered. So I'll give you another 2 minutes to join in and then we'll get started. Grateful for family and health. Looking forward to, I love reading these because it just gets me present to what I can be more grateful for, where I can welcome more abundance. Grateful for the full new day of life today. Grateful for Alex and Sean. Look at that. I'll take it. Alan from Connecticut, thankful for you. Let's go. Jim says now to find my Sean book. All right, everybody. Well, let's kick it off. I am so grateful to be here with Sean, with all of you from all over the world. I'm going to share a quick story. I was in an Uber and I asked this gentleman, I go, how you doing? And he's like, he turns around and he looks at me dead in the eye and he says, I am alive, Alex. And I go, tell me more. And he's like, when I wake up in the morning, take a mirror in the dark and I put it in front of my eyes and I watch my pupil open as I turn on the lights. And I realize in that moment, I am alive and this day is going to be awesome. And that really lit me up. So I'm grateful for you all being here today, for taking the time to come here. You could be doing anything with your time. You're here to learn about YouTube. We got the author of YouTube Secrets. This book changed my YouTube life. Not only that, but Sean, we have a friend in common, Ben Azadi. Have you been watching Ben lately? Wow, has this
Ben's
guy?
he's been blowing up. It's amazing.
Yeah, so Ben is a longtime friend of mine, even before he got into YouTube. And then he got into YouTube and he reaches out to me and says, hey, found this guy, Sean, and I want to learn YouTube from him. And I really want to build my YouTube channel. And Ben built his YouTube channel and now he just crossed 1 million subscribers, right? So, I mean, some of us, we've got one subscriber, some of us have 1 million subscribers. It doesn't matter where you are today in the subscriber world. You are here to learn today, to take it to the next level. Thanks to Sean, I crossed my first 1,000 subscribers. I'm yet to get to that 1 million, but I think a lot of people on this call want to learn more about YouTube. That's why you're here. So, just a little bit about Sean. I've attended Sean's live event. What I love about Sean is that he's authentic, he's genuine, he cares, he wants to help you grow. He's helped so many people from it was just awesome to see the variety of people that can take advantage or benefit from YouTube. Not take advantage, benefit from YouTube, sharing what they know. Like there was a woman who was a mom who started doing recipes on YouTube and she took off, right? There were people that are eye doctors and teach about vision and they took off on YouTube. Ben did health and took off on YouTube. We've had realtors take off on YouTube. So it's so awesome to see the variety of people that can have success on YouTube. And my take is that YouTube is at the very beginning. Like, even though, Sean, I don't know, how long have you been in the game?
Yeah, I started doing YouTube for my small church in a small town an hour north of Seattle in 2007. And boy, were these videos embarrassing. But, that's 18 years ago. And YouTube just celebrated its 20th birthday. So I've been on YouTube a long time.
Wow, there you go. So yeah, I mean, 18 years ago, it's 20 years, celebrating 20 years, but I really think it's the beginning. Like I see what's happening now. People are watching YouTube on TV. Like
Hmm.
50% of Ben's viewers, it's Ben Azadi for those of you checking. Yeah, there you go. They're watching them on TV. Like we're replacing TV with YouTube. It's the future, right? So you're going to learn so much today. I'm so glad you're here, Sean. First thing I want to do is just a little bit of housekeeping, and then I'm going to properly introduce you. For those of you that are first timers on the call, put first timer in the chat. For those of you that are raving fans, you've been on our calls before, put raving fan or RF in the chat so we can see how many first timers. All right, look at all the first timers. Look at all the raving fans. Here we go. Love it. Mario did an amazing job texting you, emailing you, inviting you to this training today. So, the first thing we like to do is make sure that you know that we do these trainings every week and you can always join in. So, here I'm going to share my screen here so that you can join the texting community. So, today is about the formula to gain real estate leads, and we're going to get into that in a second. Before that, please take a moment. And if you are a first timer or you've been here before, text the word training to 516. That's going to give you a link to our YouTube channel where the recording from today will get posted. So you can subscribe to that channel as well and give us a little love. And you will also receive guidebooks on how to optimize on all the different platforms. And we'll be using this texting line today to provide you with things that you're going to need for your YouTube to grow your YouTube channel, like equipment and things like that. We're going to give you all kinds of valuable links. So take a moment, take out your phone, text the word training to 516-4061. Once you do that, you will receive a link to our YouTube. You'll receive a link to our guidebooks. It'll ask you for your information, your first name, your last name, your birthday. You just have to put something above the age of 14, legal requirement, and then you will get those links. Once you got the links, say, I got the links in the chat so I know it worked for you. And make sure that you're putting the word training not in the Zoom chat, but you're actually texting it to that phone number. So I see a bunch of you texted in and texted in: Mike, Stanley, Tyler, Fred, Ara, Lauren, Tyler, Trudy, Kristen. The list goes on and on here. I see people are getting the links as well. That is perfect. We'll give you all a minute to tune in there. Make sure you get the most value out of today. Awesome. Sherry got the links. Patty got the links. Fred got the links. Deirdre got the links. Love it. So, as you know, I like to bring you the authority on different subjects, right? And the authority on YouTube is Sean. Sean is here to train you on YouTube, not just in general, but what I love about what Sean's going to do for you all today is he is going to dive into the real estate world and show you what's working. How Sean and I mean, we knew each other through Ben, but we ran into each other at a huge real estate event, Keller Williams family reunion, where you were speaking, Sean. I grabbed a hold of you. I'm like, listen, we got to do what you did up on stage to our audience. This is the third time we've had Sean back, and everybody loves the session. They learn a lot, they get a lot of breakthroughs, and they start doing video. They start changing the way their channel looks. They start getting into it on a whole new level. So we're here to inspire you today. And Sean, thank you for being here today. A little background on Sean. As you can see, this is my close buddy Ben Azadi. And he started evolving his channel. He got help from Sean, and now he went from 400K to 1 million subscribers. Now, what I want to share about subscriber growth, it changes your life. Like Ben's life has changed. He is now a best-selling author with Hay House. They reached out to him. They did now his second book deal. So YouTube can lead to book deals. YouTube can lead to revenue. YouTube can lead to reach. YouTube can lead to listing acquisition. It can help you in your business in ways you've never thought of. And as you can see, we also broke 1,000 subscribers thanks to Sean as well. And you can see here, Gary Vaynerchuk says, get the YouTube Secrets book, which I have right here, and I've read it a few times actually. We got Brendan Bouchard, who says Sean's the YouTube guy. We got Lewis House, who says Sean's the man when it comes to YouTube. So I'm proud. I'm honored that you're here, that you can speak to our community today. Thank you for being here. And It's all yours, Sean.
Man, Alex, thank you so much. And what's up, everybody? Nice to meet you. If we're just meeting, my name is Sean Cannell. And Alex, what I'm grateful for, Christmas is 9 days away, and I'm excited to celebrate with my 3-year-old and 5-year-old boy. Just watching them grow up, it's like you get to live Christmas through the eyes of children. Nothing more magical. And so, super excited and excited to be here with y'all. And if you're ready to take notes, let me know, Alex, if you can see my screen clear here, and we'll dive straight in. Is this looking good?
Yeah, looking perfect.
Amazing. So, yeah, if you're taking notes, we have some powerful content today. We're going to be talking about a simple YouTube formula to get real estate leads 24/7 without cold calling. And actually, I got a text message yesterday from one of our students, and they said this: we have received multiple very high quality leads. I've had 8 appointments in the last 30 days. That's from YouTube. And so I'm excited because I don't know if you're on this call, we're not just here to get views or to post videos. We want to get leads, right? We want to book some appointments. We want to get some transactions. And this is a really good time to be studying. I know things slow down around the holidays a little bit, but it's a really good time to get ready to have the best year ever in 2026 in your real estate business, no matter what the economy looks like. Because there's always going to be people, even if transactions are slowed or whatever market you're in, there's just always going to be deals, and YouTube will give you the opportunity to really get in front of the right people. And so let's open with this question. What if getting leads didn't mean chasing or cold calling or burning out? But what if one simple video a week could change your pipeline forever? I actually want to introduce you to somebody named Anton. So in 2022, Anton sat in his Jeep in the Pacific Northwest. He had a smartphone in his hand, a Samsung Galaxy, and he was nervous about pressing record for the first time. Now, let me know in the chat. Anybody here already doing video? Type a one. Anybody hasn't posted a video yet, type a two. And sometimes we don't post. Sheila, I see you. Blake, I see you. Yeah, so a lot of us are already doing video. Amazing. You're going to learn some tactics. Do a two if you haven't even posted. And you might feel a little bit like Anton felt. Like, oh man, am I going to be weird, awkward on camera? It could be kind of tough to, what are people going to think? But what he committed to doing was just starting to post videos. And that's, I think, the first big idea is like, you want to start YouTube in 2026? Start. You got to just start. Awkward, start filming. You already got a smartphone. Well, here's what's crazy is fast forward to today, following what we're going to learn in this class. Anton's getting 450,000 viewers monthly. And it's not just about the views. I asked him about some business. He said he got a 300,000 investor through YouTube, $1,000 commission on just one listing. I like to think about, what if you just get one listing? Now, that was like a $1.6 million house or something like that, but it came from YouTube. A team member, he's at Keller Williams, closed 10 deals from social media in 2024, and building trust through, actually, updated number is 450,000 monthly views. And here's the thing, the numbers don't lie. Alex mentioned at the top of the class that YouTube is really just getting started. Yes, YouTube just celebrated its 20th anniversary, but the CEO, Neil Monahan, stood up and he said, YouTube is just getting started. That was his message. He was talking about the next 20 years on YouTube. It's like, YouTube can't even drink yet legally. You know what I mean? Like at 20 years, it's just kind of about to get into maturity as we're talking about YouTube turning 2020, turning 21 and 2026. So the numbers don't lie. Right now, there's 2.9 billion monthly active users on YouTube around the world. And as you know, you only need a handful of people, most likely in your local market. And so the scale of YouTube is massive. Now, just in the United States, there's 239 million active users on YouTube. And check out the real estate video stats. 51% of home buyers use YouTube as their number one search destination.
I say this all the time to my audience. I'm like, it's crazy. Like 51% of home buyers use YouTube as their number one search destination, right? And then when I look at my client avatar, like all of you on the call right now, and it's, hey, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, but then when I say who's on YouTube, I get crickets, right? So it's like YouTube really is just getting started. Real estate is usually kind of like lagging a little bit. That's okay, but it's like, what a big opportunity, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 1 out of 2 home buyers are going to YouTube first. So you need to be there. I mean, that's a big, you got to be present. You need videos on YouTube. 73% of home buyers say that they are more likely to list with an agent who uses video. So just by starting your channel and starting to upload, it's going to position you as a person of authority and higher trust for people that are going to want to work with you. 403% more inquiries are driven from listings that have video, but only 9% of agents create listing videos. That's crazy. Only 1 out of 10. So while it can sometimes feel like competition is fierce and that it's saturated, it's not saturated. 2026 is a great time to get in the game. And so if YouTube is where buyers are searching, why aren't more agents using it effectively? Well, the truth is, most agents treat video like a hobby, not a system. And so that ends today. That when we treat it like a hobby and we upload when we can, and I get it. I know you're busy, you got a lot to do, you got showings, listings, paperwork, all this different stuff, working with your team. But we don't want to just treat it like a hobby. And the cool thing is if we have a system, a simple routine, simple habits for creating YouTube videos that get leads, then this can be something that doesn't have to be overwhelming or lead to burnout. But let me know this in the chat. I need full participation. Have you ever said, "Yeah, but I'll start YouTube when"? Just tell me if you can relate to any of these or give me the reason. Maybe when I actually have the perfect backdrop, or maybe when life gets a little less crazy, or when I feel ready, or maybe when I get a better camera or learn how to use my camera. Or maybe you say, well, I'm not good at technology yet. Or maybe you say, I'm just too busy showing houses and working with clients. Or maybe, it's going to take too long to see results. Or I hate being on camera. Can you relate to that? Like, I don't like my voice. What are my current clients going to think? I need to wait until I lose 20 pounds. I'm waiting until I get that blowout. Like we make these excuses. Blake, when I feel more competent and knowledgeable, totally relatable. I'm going to wait until I read the book. I appreciate that, Jim. Smart idea as well. But also there's something about, starting before you're ready. Yes, when I'm done watching this webinar, Alan, smart. Well, that's a smart move too. I mean, you just commit to the next hour and you're going to be powerfully positioned to be further along on YouTube. But I think Shayla, or Sheila, sorry if I'm saying Shayla, forgive me, but she says fear. I mean, that's I think what a lot of us, whether it's fear of is it going to work, fear of how I'm going to sound. And let me just say this, I can relate. I felt the same way. And do you see that guy? That's actually me working at a burger place called Red Robin back in 2010. Now, I was actually in the middle of the Big Short. So my family, we had just lost our home and we were trying to make ends meet while waiting tables. But I did see an opportunity on YouTube and I actually posted my first video. It's so embarrassing. But you can see me, this awkward, camera quality is not very good, background's all messy. But you know what? Just like Anton, who I introduced you to earlier, I started filming videos actually in my car in between shifts. This is my Ford Taurus. I put my smartphone on the dashboard on a little dashboard mount. And was the timing perfect? No. Did I have the right equipment? Definitely not. Was I worried about people would think? I was totally worried. But here's what I learned. You got to start before you're ready. In fact, type that in the chat. Just type the word start. You got to start before you're ready because we're going to look at some case studies of different real estate agents. And one of the core commonalities is they all started and they all started before they were ready. It wasn't the perfect season. It's not because a bunch of time opened up on their calendar. It's because they made YouTube a priority. You don't need to be confident. You just need to be committed. Clarity comes through action, not more thinking. And your future business is waiting on your first imperfect video or your next imperfect video. But my epiphany after I started posting videos was also that success on YouTube, just because you start doesn't mean you're going to start getting leads. Like starting is the first step. You post that first video. A lot of times that's about practice. But eventually what I learned was, well, you got to master a few key skills and you got to implement a proven system. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, skills and system. And so in this training, we're going to talk about the no stress tech setup that works, even if you've never made videos before, the YouTube business funnel. It's a simple system for turning views into real estate transactions. And then 3 proven video ideas. You could copy these, like use them immediately. And the cool thing is this doesn't require cold calling. In fact, YouTube is almost like clients calling you. It's like just ringing off the hook because you put content out there. They start texting you, calling you on the phone and getting deals. Now, if we're just meeting, I know Alex mentioned some things, but my name is Sean Cannell and I help people grow profitable YouTube channels. I've started multiple channels myself, got a couple silver play buttons, a gold play button when you get 1 million subscribers. Been featured in places like Forbes, Entrepreneur, Success, HBO Max. Wrote the book, YouTube Secrets, which is the #1 best-selling YouTube strategy book in the world. And been able to connect with and work with and interview individuals like Gary Vaynerchuk or Patrick Bet-David or Grant Cardone. But I'm most proud of our students who've generated 29.2 billion views. We actually use like a software to track our student results, and it's been incredible to see the impact that YouTube is making, not just in their lives, but the clients that they help, the people they get to serve, and the mission that they are on when it comes to their business. So let's dive into part one. We got 3 parts. Let's dive into part one. Let's just quickly talk about the no stress tech setup. And I actually have a free guide for you that I'm going to give you in just a couple minutes. And so write this down. Use the AVLS checklist. Write that down, AVLS, to make better videos, even if you don't have a fancy camera or equipment. And here's what it is. This is the AVLS checklist, and it stands for audio, video, light, and stabilization. Audio, video, light, and stabilization. If you're going to film a video, you just want to be thinking about these things, even if it's just your smartphone. That's all you need. You want to be thinking about the audio. Can people hear me clearly? You want to be thinking about the video. Can people see me clearly? You want to be thinking about the light. Videos don't look good if it's like nighttime, there's no lights. You know, if you're in a dingy office and the blinds are closed. And then if the video is shaky, you know, have you ever watched a shaky video and you're like, man, I kind of feel dizzy trying to watch this. These are some simple things. And let me show you some simple gear you can get on Amazon that solves all of this. Like on the left side there, and this is in a free guide I'm going to give you. This thing's like $23. You can put this little stand in your desk. It's got a light built into it, and then it's got a little holder for your phone. That covers the video, which is your phone, the light, the stabilization is the stand, and then the audio could just be right on your phone, no big deal. Now there's these really simple microphones that you can plug into your phone, and you can hook this up onto your jacket, your shirt, and then the audio sounds a little bit better. And on the right side, you're seeing kind of a selfie stick. A lot of the real estate agents we help use that if they're walking through a neighborhood, if they're wanting to do kind of a home tour or whatever. You can always just hold your arm out, but it makes it a little bit easier film just holding your phone and have better stabilization, make the video more stable. And
That's literally my setup, everybody. Like this is what I use if you see me at events. I got the Hollylands, right? The magnetics. And then I got the same, I think that's the Joby on the right side, and then I got a stand like that. That's it.
yeah, and Tyler, a gimbal is the same thing. And if you have a gimbal, that's totally cool. But you really, these days, your smartphone stabilization is pretty good. And so, yeah, gimbal is the idea. It just kind of takes the shake out of the video. But here's a quick tip when it comes to light. If you film in front of a window with the window light on you just like this, you look how nice that light looks, you know? So you maybe just set your phone up on by the way, an Amazon box. Like you could just set your phone up, sit down or hold it out like in selfie mode, and then the light is covered. And then your phone microphone is great. And you got video on your phone. Super simple. But here's my favorite setup for real estate professionals. And it's the fact that you already have a pro studio on wheels, your car, your SUV. You know, maybe a client is 15 minutes late to a showing. They're like, hey, I'm stuck in traffic. I'm not going to be there for a while. You got 15 minutes to film a quick video. And the cool thing about your car is it's like a little audio booth. It's like a sound booth. And if you're just sitting in your car, light's good, sounds good, you got your smartphone. And here's what I recommend. If you have one of these, or you could just order it off Amazon, we have these, car mounts that we use for our GPS. So you could just have your maps up or whatever. Well, that's a great tripod, if you will, for your phone. And if you want, you can plug in the Hollyland mic that Alex was just talking about. So this is the Pro Studio on wheels you already have, your smartphone and your car. This was the exact studio that Anton started with, his Jeep. He just started filming videos in his Jeep. But here's the truth. It's not about having the best gear. It's about having the best message. It's not about the gear. It's about the message, the content that you're sharing. Now, if you want to see a list of that gear and some stuff that we recommend that's super affordable, then you could scan this QR code. Or Alex, they just got to drop a word or something? What do they do
Yeah,
to
just
get
tech
this?
if you all just text the word gear to 516-40. It's the same phone number you texted before, so you should have it handy on your cell phone.
Yeah, and also I got Victoria here on my team that's helping in the chat. She's sharing. She'll make sure that you could get this guide. Alex just shared. He just posted in the chat, so you could text that. However you want to grab it. This is super cool. It's very simple, and it's going to give you the exact gear checklist. If you just want to accessorize your phone, or maybe you want to invest in some fancy gear, we recommend some higher end setups on there as well, so that you can just get a few simple things to make simple videos that can help you start getting leads. But let's go into part two, which is the YouTube business funnel. So now, what is the right message and how should we be using YouTube to ultimately grow our real estate businesses? Well, here's what the funnel is. First of all, we want to get views. Step one, we want to post content that attracts the right viewers. Now, we're not just trying to get any views. You could dance and be silly or do a prank or, try to figure out the latest trending viral TikTok, dance or something like that. That's not what it's all about, because who's that even going to attract? What we want, of course, is prospects that are looking to move, that are looking to buy, that are looking to sell, that are looking for an agent, that are looking for market updates. So we want to make sure that step one, we get views. But this is where a lot of people stop and they don't do the next part well. Step two is we want to get leads. We want to make sure that in the content we post, we're making it easy for people to schedule a phone call or just call us directly or send us a text or fill out a form. A lot of agents, right? You maybe have a form so you can capture that lead, get an email address. Let me encourage you. I just said like 4 things. I don't think you should do all 4. You should figure out, man, what do you want to happen? For a lot of agents we work with, the text is the best, right? Because if you could get someone like, hey, like shoot me a text, and then you could call them back, schedule a time to call. But whatever that is for you, you want to get views. Step one. Step two is get leads. But step three is you got to convert the sale. And that has to do with follow up, right? You want to follow up on that lead. What do we do next? So let me give you an example of this. If we want to get the right views, one of the questions we could ask is, what are people searching for on YouTube? We saw in the earlier stats that 51% of home buyers use YouTube as their first search destination. And so they type things into the search bar like Phoenix, Arizona real estate. Now, here's kind of what's crazy. If you look at this video right here, one of our students, Steve, his video was showing up first for Phoenix, Arizona real estate. Imagine just having a video on the internet that in your local market, a local neighborhood, maybe it's actually just for a local development. Like if you could get content in front of the specific area where you want to reach people, how powerful that could be. So then Steve posts a video, and it's a simple video. He's standing in the office in front of a whiteboard explaining, HOAs and repairs to the house and how to budget things out, adding valuable content in the video. So you want to post a video. You want to share valuable content in the video, but then here's the key. You want to give a call to action, a CTA, to go to the next step with you. So then in the description of the video and in the video itself, he's saying, hey, call or text, and he shares his phone number. And from embracing video, Steve just started closing multiple deals from his YouTube channel. And he sent me this message. He said, I wanted to share with you that through my YouTube channel and the successes I've had in real estate, it wasn't just that he started to get transactions, but he actually was asked to speak at a real estate conference with big real estate coaches about marketing and social media just because he started posting content. I think what's interesting about committing to doing video in 2026 is you never know what kind of opportunities it could lead to. Of course, we want to get leads and transactions, but it can open up all kinds of doors of opportunities to networking, to connections. But here's the goal. This is worth writing down. Rank videos on YouTube that bring you new, warm, inbound leads every day. And I know I'm asking you to take notes, but I also want you to type the word rank in the chat. Rank. Rank videos on YouTube that bring you new, warm, inbound leads every single day. Rank. What does rank mean? It means that when we post a video, that video shows up when people are searching things like real Phoenix, Arizona real estate. Or maybe they're searching for what can $700,000 buy me in a particular market. They're searching for specific topics. And when you make specific videos that show up when people are looking for them, then you're getting new, warm, inbound leads every day. You don't got to cold call anybody. They're calling you because of YouTube. But what was fascinating is I've been tracking Steve's journey from starting on YouTube, starting simple, starting awkward. You know, one of the things that Steve would say is like he's very transparent. He actually kind of has like a stuttering thing. He goes, it's always been hard as a communicator for me. And I just kind of committed to press through it, to learn and get a little bit better with every single upload. Well, fast forward to today, he actually started his own brokerage. It's one of the fastest growing brokerages in the Dallas Fort Worth area. I just saw on his Instagram, he said, we just crossed 100 agents. I'm like, bro. And I'm like, what could happen on the other side of starting a YouTube channel? Like, just imagine, what do you want to build in 2026? What do you want to build in the next 5 years? It's not just about transactions and leads. It's also about building a brand that attracts your dream clients. Maybe you want to build a team. If you don't, no big deal. But like, what's your vision? Maybe it's a scalable content system that runs even when you're offline. Maybe it's more about, building a movement. It's so powerful to start building your brand on YouTube. It's not just about learning YouTube. It's about multiplying your impact, building your legacy, creating the business that you're capable of one video at a time. And so the YouTube business funnel is, we got to make the right videos that get views, and we want to rank. I know you typed that in the chat. I see it, Steve, Sherry, Blake. We want to rank videos so that leads are coming to us, and then convert those leads into sales, which brings us to part 3. And this is where you can start
Can
taking
I
some
add,
screen.
Sean, can I just add one thing?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I want my community to get like this is such a game changer. And it's kind of like when you don't witness it yourself, you almost don't believe it. Right. And you all know me, so you can get this. Like I witnessed my friend Ben, personal trainer, charging $30 an hour. He was my personal trainer. Right. Then he says, I'm going to do YouTube. Meet Sean, starts doing YouTube videos. They sucked. Right. Like they were not good. And he knew that. He's like, suck, suck, success. Right. Like that's what it takes. And then next thing you know, his videos are growing and they're growing and they're growing. And then he's like, all right, I'm at 1,000, I'm at 10,000, I'm at 100,000, 200,000. Then a video goes viral without him even expecting it to go viral. And then next thing you know, he's like got a fat loss academy and he's helping all these people and he's helping people with diabetes and he's changing lives. And then Hay House reaches out, hey, you have a huge audience. Let's do a book. He launches the book, New York Times bestseller. Then he like now he's at 100 million views. He's impacting 100 million people worldwide who are reaching out. In fact, a gentleman reached out to him and said, man, your videos changed my life so much. I had $40 in my pocket. And because of your inspiration and your videos, I got healthy. I built a business and I sold it for $250,000. So he had impact on other people. Like you never know what kind of impact you can have. And the last thing I'll end with is now Ben has just moved into his dream home, right? He's impacting all these people. His life has completely changed. But the best part is he's helping so many people through YouTube. So just think of all the people you could help with home ownership, with education, with resources. Like it could be such a game changer.
Yeah, I love that, Alex. And of course, what's amazing is there's people listening right now that are going to build incredibly huge, globally influential brands. But I also think it's practical for just everybody listening, meaning it's just becoming a local celebrity. Like just becoming a local authority where, you want to be known in your local town, your local city. And you go from unknown to known to people doing business with you, and maybe getting some influence in politics and people in the city know you. And, in real estate, we know it's all about relationships. And so absolutely by starting a YouTube channel, it can really build a brand that turns into something so significant over the next few months and even the next few years. But let's get super practical now, because you might say, okay, Sean, I'm going to just start before I'm ready. I'm going to punch fear in the face. You mentioned Ben's success formula, and I wrote it in the chat. It was 4 steps, right? Suck, 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 cess. And I love that for YouTube, because sometimes we're like, man, these videos are so bad. For sure. Your first videos are your worst videos, but when you just practice in public and you practice imperfectly, you get better. But what should we actually talk about? Like, what kind of content actually generates real business? Well, here's 3 video ideas that generate leads 24. And the first big idea is answer specific questions, ASQ for short. Answer specific questions. And the cool thing is you're already getting questions. People are calling you, and you can let me know, what are some of the questions that people ask you? Is now a good time to buy? How much do I qualify for? Can you help me clarify, what areas are good in town? What would be a good fit for my family? What kind of questions do they have? And here's some very specific video ideas you could copy. Anita says, "How's the market?" By the way, market updates on YouTube. They're wondering, how's the market now? Is there any first-time home buyer incentives? What's going on? People got questions. So here's kind of some examples. And what I'm going to do in all these examples is give you two different levels of the YouTube video idea. One is a broad level, meaning you're actually not going to speak to a specific market. You might be speaking to your entire nation. Like if you look at the top there, it says renting versus buying, which is smarter in 2026? That's a broad question, of course. And that might really depend on where you're based, but it's also it's a good idea. But for a lot of us, we shouldn't start there. We want to look at that second example where you'd say something like renting versus buying in Seattle, Washington. What's smarter in 2026? Whew, smart video. Remember your Pro Studio on wheels, just your car? Set your phone up on the dash, hit record, and talk about renting versus buying in your local market. What's smarter in 2026? Here's another one. First-time home buyer mistakes to avoid. Always great. People want to avoid those mistakes, but you could title it like this: first-time home buyer mistakes to avoid in your city or your state. How about this one? Will home prices drop in 2026? Or will home prices drop in your city? And then you say, well, you never know the future, but here's what the data shows. And last year things went up 4.5%. And you share some stuff. You could do some simple research, or maybe your brokerage is supplying you with some information. You do a printout. Just talk about, you have a pile of paper in your hand, a little print off a few points you want to make in the video, and just answer the specific question. This is Sarah, and she actually has turned YouTube into a lead generating machine for her real estate business. She's a former teacher, and now she's a top agent, helping people nationwide relocate to Georgia. So she made a video, 10 mistakes when buying a house in Georgia. Perfect example of how she answers a high intent real estate question to attract serious buyers. So this is an example of answering specific questions. And notice though, that this isn't framed as a question, but it's answering the question in the viewer's mind, in the prospect's mind. Like, I don't want to make mistakes, or, I'm going to buy a house in Georgia. Oh, what are 10 mistakes? I got to watch this video. What are the mistakes? There's kind of a curiosity there. There's an open loop there that makes people want to click on the video. Here's number 2, big category: market updates and news. Market updates and news. So at a broad level, you could call it nationwide, 2026 housing market, crash or boom, what experts are saying. Now, the powerful thing about we have some AI tools that actually really help you identify these great ideas. And the powerful thing is you could do some research with ChatGPT, get a few points and just get what are the experts saying? What is, JP Morgan saying? What's the National Association of Realtors saying? And you just kind of share some information. Say, hey, if you want to reach out, now's the time that you want to, make a move. Give me a call, shoot me a text. But again, you can also apply this to your local market, which for 99% of us, those are the types of videos we should make. LA housing market 2026, crash or boom, what buyers and sellers need to know. Now, here's another one. And this is one of the most powerful things that everybody listening has an opportunity to take advantage of this year, is the fact that people want current information, like February 2026. They don't just want, if a video is a few months old, it's like, okay, what's the new stuff? So doing month-based, sometimes even week-based, like people want to know, what is the now information? Should I buy or wait? And you don't have to always be coming up with new ideas every single time. Maybe not a lot's changed, but people want just the current take. They want to hear from you, which gives you a chance for them to get to know you a little bit. They find your video, Chicago housing market update, February 2020. Should I buy or wait? Let me give you an example of this. You met Anton earlier. He actually does simple live streams, kind of like we're doing right now. If you've been on a Zoom meeting, which all of us have because we're here right now, and if you've jumped on Zoom before, and if you've shared your screen before, it's really all you got to do, and you could go live on YouTube with Zoom. It's super simple. And so his video, Seattle Metro home prices, where are prices going? And he just did this 4 days ago. Did a live stream, shared his screen, did a few updates. And this video, I mean, it got 479 views. So powerful. And let me encourage you, Anton didn't start there. Remember, he started filming in his Jeep. But over time, he got a little bit better. He started applying some of the deeper strategies that we talk about in our program. And by the way, that gear guide we gave you, and Alex can drop the number again if you want to text the number to make sure you have that gear guide for 250 bucks or less. You can have good audio like you hear me on right now, a simple microphone, a better webcam. That webcam is $99, the one that's on screen there. It looks amazing. A light you can attach to your desk. And now you got a pro live streaming setup or video recording setup that's at your home office or that's at your brokerage. And so the truth is, it's really not about the gear. Again, get a few simple things. But what matters most is people care more about the message than the camera setup. In fact, let me introduce you to a YouTube channel just to prove this point. The channel is called Clear Value Tax. And so Brian Kim started this channel. And you notice this, he's super simple setup. He's standing against a plain wall and he's got a pile of papers in his hand. And so he just has his notes, facts, stats on the paper. He hits record and talks for like 8 to 12 minutes and makes these super simple videos. No fancy setup, just a few notes, straight to the point insights. Now, this is a financial advice channel. But what's so crazy is from making these super simple videos, he grew to over 2 million subscribers by just sharing simple information, by just giving market updates, by answering specific questions. But he started before he's ready. He's been posting consistently for 5 years now, and it's built this incredible brand. And so the big takeaway is simple, valuable content wins. You don't need a fancy studio to get massive reach. And here's what's fascinating is Google actually did a study and they actually discovered that brain imaging research shows that viewers form the strongest emotional connections with creators who are authentic and relatable. So you don't have to become somebody that you're not. You don't have to all of a sudden have like pro public speaking skills. What Google discovered is that when someone just shows up as they are, and here's the mind exercise I want you to consider. Imagine sitting down with a client at a local coffee shop. Like you say, hey, you want to meet up, talk about sign the paperwork, talk about your goals, talk about maybe your budget and things. And you just meet up with that person. You each order a drink. It's the holidays, so they get a pumpkin spice latte. You get a peppermint mocha, whatever. You sit down and you're just talking to one person. And how are you acting? You're acting like yourself. You're being authentic. You're being relatable because it's really easy to be yourself when you're just yourself. And so you don't have to try to be somebody else. And brain imaging shows that people actually connect with people that are just authentic and they're just relatable. And some people, they're more sarcastic, they're more funny. What's funny, the Brian Kim, who we just met, he's like super dry and stoic. It's not like some pro actor that he just kind of shares the facts. He just is himself. And what I've discovered from working with all kinds of people from different shapes, sizes, backgrounds, ages, we have baby boomers, they're crushing it on YouTube. We got Gen X, they're just crushing it on YouTube. Men, women, all just the key is just triple down on being yourself, being authentic and relatable, because that's who the prospect's going to work with. They're going to work with you and they can connect with you on YouTube. Now, the third big category is home buying and moving guides. Home buying and moving guides. And so we met Sarah earlier. Here's a couple powerful videos she did. What you need to know before buying a house in Georgia, or North Georgia versus South Georgia. Where should you live? Really good home buying guides or moving guides, right? As people are going to move to a new area, they're relocating because of a job. Here's some other examples. This is Ken, moving to Florida, things I wish I knew before moving here. Clearmont, Florida is going to boom. Here's why. So we're talking about specific areas. We're talking about especially moving so you could be attracting leads that are going to be moving in the next month, 3 months, 6 months. And this is worth writing down. Maybe you've heard in business before that you need to dig your well before you're thirsty. You got to dig your well before you're thirsty. The power of posting videos on YouTube, like moving to your city, is that video can now work for you throughout the year because people have all kinds. Maybe they didn't know they were going to move, and all of a sudden their jobs causing them to relocate. Maybe they're in the military, right? There's all kinds of different reasons. You want to get those moving videos out so that leads are coming to you all year long and for even years to come. And so here's an idea: moving to city, 10 things you need to know before buying a home. Now, let me know what city you're in. Where are you doing business? Type your city in the chat. Type your city in the chat. And actually, here's a question for you. If I asked you this question, Betsy, if I said, what are like a few things I need to know before I move to Florida, how many could you just come up with off the top of your head? No research. 5, 7, Pittsburgh, I see. So, yeah, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Kinsey. How many things could you come up? Type a number. Like if I just asked you, like, what do I need to know before moving Oceanside, California? So I know you're also typing the cities. I asked you 2 questions. So you got your city. So Betsy's like 20 things at least. So there's your video. So Betsy, you sit in your car. You're like 20 things you need to know before buying a home. You're not trying to entertain people like they're watching the most popular Netflix show. People just want that kind of information. 20 things I need to know. I got to click on that video. And then you just maybe write those down on a legal pad, sit in your car and share the 20 things, right? And so all of you already, Blake saying at least 15 things. We a lot of times are just overthinking creating content. It's like, copy this exact title, film this exact video, upload it to YouTube. And so today we've been breaking down a few different pieces, and I'd love to answer your specific questions in just a second, but we made the tech simple. You can start with your smartphone. We talked about the YouTube business funnel, and we talked about 3 video ideas that generate leads 24. But here's the thing I want you to screenshot. The 2026 YouTube action plan is this: create 1 valuable, in-depth YouTube video per week that attracts buyers and sellers, and aim to make that video around 6 to 15 minutes long. Now, those aren't a magic number. I don't want you to stress about the video length. What if the video ends up 23 minutes long? Well, it's probably going to be 23 minutes. If Betsy's sharing 20 things, that's good, because there's a lot of good, valuable information in that video. It's not about the length. The point is the value, and you're just sitting down, adding value. Goal is 1 a week. Sean, what if I miss a week? Who cares? Don't worry about 1 a week even. Like, you want to be consistent throughout the year. If you miss a week, then just start the next week. This week got a little busy. No big deal. We typed a word earlier and we said rank. When you post videos the right way and they rank on YouTube, those videos will work for you. If you post 6 videos over the next 6 weeks and then you take a break, those older videos can keep working for you when you do it the right way. And let's actually go back to Anton, because, when I think about not just what YouTube could do for you in the first quarter of 2026, because you could get results in the next 3 months, but I want you to dream a little bit and imagine, where could you be by December 2020, a year from now? And where could you be even in the next 3 years of posting consistent content? Remember, Anton started posting simple videos in his Jeep. He started with vertical videos, but over time, things got a little bit more fancier. But this is what he said. He actually said, YouTube is an investment for tomorrow. And I'll tell you this, he didn't start here. You could start with no budget. But today, Anton invests about $50,000 a year into his YouTube presence. He rents a studio to film videos. And there's a lot of times these local studios where you can build your own. He hired a video editor that is in Guadalajara, Mexico. And that's usually where about the budget is. A few $1,000s a month, multiply that over the year. But here's the point. Anton's willing to invest $50 a year into YouTube. Why? Because he discovered this epiphany. YouTube is an investment in tomorrow. From his car to investing over $50,000 a year, he's not spending that money because he's losing it. He's spending that money because his real estate business and his bigger brand continues to grow because he started on YouTube. But the key is this: he did not wait until everything was perfect. He didn't wait until someday he had a fancy studio. No. He started before he was ready. And so in 2026, you got to punch fear in the face and press record. You got to start before you're ready. You got to use the formula suck, success. And then you got to keep learning, because obviously there's skills to learn. There's a system to learn, but I believe the future is bright on YouTube. Now, I know we've already covered a lot of information. I'm sharing like specific titles with you and all this kind of stuff. But if it's cool with you, just type yes if I take a second to tell you about how we could help you go a little bit further with this. The 3 big tips that we shared can get you started, and your smartphone's all you need. But maybe you want to know, Sean, how exactly do I rank videos, or how do I make these videos step by step? Just type yes if I could take a moment to tell you a little bit about our program that can help you go further faster. Okay, I see your yeses. Anita, I see you. Una, Rose, Deidre, awesome. Okay, so I want to answer your questions in just a second, but let me tell you a little bit about our program that will accelerate your YouTube success. Because the problem is this: a lot of agents focus on what they think is the problem. Like they just focus on let me just try to get views. When in fact, what we want to solve for is actually getting leads, inbound leads 24. We want to be making videos the right way so that we're actually building trust and authority, because we do business with people we know, like, and trust. We will actually want to have a scalable sales system so that you could do this in a sustainable way, freedom through leverage, and also breaking through some limiting beliefs. Because where a lot of us get stuck is in the mindset piece. And so we actually have a program. It's called Video Ranking Academy. I'll explain it to you, but you can scan this QR code to see this special offer, or we'll also post the link to this offer in the chat. And I'm going to break this all down, but you can see the details if you want to scan that QR code, and we'll post the link in the chat. This is the system that our students have used to generate over 29 billion views, but more importantly, to get transactions, to build their businesses. And here's what it's called. It's called Video Ranking Academy. You know, earlier we typed that word rank, which means we want to post videos that show up when people are searching for a specific question, right? And the truth is, YouTube can be confusing. So inside of Video Ranking Academy are all the clarity and the answers that you're looking for. So the goal is, you know, in my channel topic, we want videos showing up like this, showing up number one when people type in a search, or showing up number one or number two when people are searching for things, or the YouTube algorithm recommending our videos so we can meet people that we haven't met yet and grow our businesses. But you might be thinking, because I get it, you know, even as you think about, you're probably like, I already understand. Alex introduced you. I know this program works, but man, I know it's slow in December, but like in general, I don't know if I have time, or I'm not tech savvy, or isn't YouTube too saturated, or I tried YouTube before or video before and it failed, or I'm not a camera person. But here's what we've learned after helping thousands of real estate professionals. If you don't have time, no problem. Ranked videos work 24/7 for you, even when you're not closing deals. In fact, I'm going to show you how this works in just a second. Not tech savvy? If you can send an email, you could post a lead generating video. This is super simple, especially with some of the resources in our program. YouTube saturated? No, 91% of agents still don't use video, and even fewer do it right. You tried before? Well, most agents just guess. We give you a proven roadmap. And if you're nervous on camera, most agents start that way. Everyone's nervous on camera when they start. We're going to help you get comfortable fast. So this is Kelly Zitlow. She's actually in mortgage. And from following our system, she's generated tons of leads, closed real estate deals in 45 plus states, serves home buyers, and teaches realtors and other mortgage professionals, all from ranked videos. This is Rosita. And I actually want you to write down a term here. Look at this on screen. It says 1 VPH. I want you to write that down. 1 VPH. This is really important. What VPH stands for is it stands for views per hour. Views per hour. So she posted this video 6 months ago. But today, 6 months later, this video is still getting 1 view per hour. She hasn't been doing YouTube very long. But imagine that's 24 views a day, every single day, not from posting new content. That's why our program is called Video Ranking Academy, because we teach you how to make videos like this. A video that you could post this month, or maybe you're like, Sean, I'm not going to actually post any videos this month. I'm going to be drinking eggnog, apple pie. I'm going to be chilling out. No big deal. This is a good time to get in the program so you can learn and get ready to crush it in 2026, because we want to post videos like this. In fact, this video right here, she got 1,000 videos in 2 weeks, 4 views per hour. So that's what a ranked video is. It's a video that keeps getting views for weeks, months, and years to come. And Video Ranking Academy is going to walk you through the full funnel that we taught, getting the right views so you can turn them into leads and generate sales. So this is Levi. He's in Dallas. And if you look at this video, it's a year old. It's getting 4.3 views per hour still. The video has 60,000 views. And he's talking about the top 7 suburbs.
Yeah, I know Levi. He's over at EXP.
And this
Yep.
Levi has generated millions of dollars in real estate transactions from organic YouTube videos. So here's the truth. If you can follow a recipe, you can rank videos. This is Carlos. He posted this in our private group, and he was talking about, he got 203,000 views, 86,000 views here from a new YouTube channel. And so inside of this program, here's how it works. There's a members area where you can watch these super simple educational videos that are going to teach you exactly how to rank videos. There's also a downloadable workbook. But then one of the most powerful things is the private community where you get support from our trained YouTube coaches and myself. Because the truth is, you don't need another course. You need a system, support, and strategy tailored to your market. And so, yes, there's the foundational videos, but it's all about the community. In fact, the community is the real advantage to be around other professionals, other real estate agents, the accountability. We have a whole faculty. Currently, there's 30 people working at our company. You get feedback, real-time updates. And so you can scan the QR code, or we'll post the link to this special offer again in the chat. And this is a comprehensive program, by the way. What you're seeing on screen is just all the different pieces. We talk about YouTube Shorts. We talk about if you're brand new, don't know how to start it all, we'll meet you right at a 101 level, total beginner level. If you're also like, you know what, I actually kind of know some of the basics, we have what's called the master's level of the program. That's available in there where we go super deep into some advanced stuff. So this is kind of like a YouTube college that will grow with you. And what's cool is when you join, you get to schedule a welcome call. And it's kind of like having a concierge. You know, if you go to a hotel and you're like, where should we eat tonight? Should we go to a show? And they're like, actually, you should go here. Like, as soon as you join, you jump on Zoom with one of our coaches and we'll tell you, oh, okay, based on where you're at, where your business is at, hey, go straight to this module. So it's a very high touch program. And so you can scan the QR code or click the link in the chat. But Sean, what's the investment to get in? Okay, well, let's think about it like this. So there's a couple ways to think about this in 2026. One, you could try to figure this stuff out on your own, right? You're like, isn't ChatGPT out there? You know, I just asked Chat a few questions. Well, there's a reason there's a disclaimer that's like ChatGPT is known to, check your facts. There's a hidden cost to doing it yourself. And the truth is it's lost time, lost momentum, money burned, opportunities missed. DIY is actually really expensive. You could spend the next year or 2 or 3 trying to figure this out on your own, or you could use our proven system and get the support of our community. Also, the traditional path is way more expensive than you think. Plus, you don't got time for that, but you could try to go to a local university or college. They don't even have this YouTube program, but that's gonna cost $35,000 to $55,000 a year. And it really teaches you theory. I doubt the professor has 3 silver play buttons and a gold play button, right? And so it takes 2 years, no ranked content, no audience, no guaranteed job. In contrast, Video Ranking Academy teaches you real world skills to create income online right now. And then also private one-on-one coaching with me is $24,000 a day. I've got 3 private clients right now. And people wonder though, Sean, what do you teach inside of your coaching? I'm like, I just cover Video Ranking Academy. It's not like I have I teach everything that I teach on one-on-one coaching inside of our program, Video Ranking Academy, the exact system. So when you look at actually the online course portion, the workbook, and the group coaching and accountability, the total values over 7. Transparently on my website, SeanCannell.com, we sell Video Ranking Academy for $3,000, but we have a special offer for you for this web class training today. And you actually could get started inside of Video Ranking Academy for as low as $97 if you want to take advantage of our payment plan. There's also a pay in full option if you want to save a little bit more. But what we've done is we've just spread out the investment of Video Ranking Academy over 12 months total. Just $97 a month for 12 months total. And once it's paid off, check this out, you get lifetime access to this program. By the way, if you do the one pay, you get lifetime access in either case. So you have lifetime access. That includes the updates, the private group, the AI tools, which I'm going to show you. And we also have a 100% satisfaction risk-free guarantee, which means you have a full 30 days to try out the program. If for any reason you don't like it, just email us, say I'm not happy, and we will refund 100% of your money. But we also have a couple bonuses just to kind of round out that there's no other training you're going to need. Everything is inside of this program. So besides Video Ranking Academy, which is going to teach you how to rank videos, we also are going to include our camera confidence program, our video editing basics program, and our video creation made simple workshop. If you have any stress about tech, these very simple programs are going to help you create great looking videos in a short amount of time, super stress free. These bonuses alone are valued at over $1,000. We're including those. but we're also going to include our real estate secrets guide and deep dive training. So I did a training and created a guide with a specific, basically just checklist that walks you through, like if all you got was this, like this is a $297 value in and of itself.
Yeah, this is
This
the
is like
key
the
right here.
fast track YouTube for real estate. And so we're including that as well. But here's where this is the real game changer. Because as you know, the world has changed and we have been updating our program and we just launched what's called the VRA AI Toolkit. And so we've got training videos that show you how to use this, but we've got this tool called Title Genius. If all you got was this. Now, again, this is a custom proprietary tool we've made, trained on over 10 years of YouTube data, trained on all these different channels we've analyzed, as well as 5 different psychological frameworks. So you can quickly come up with what video should I make next and what title is actually going to get clicks. So powerful. Also, the keyword universe builder. This is very powerful for real estate agents. We'll show you exactly how to use that. And then also the channel optimization assistant. So you can get your channel set up in a matter of minutes, putting the right links in the right place and saying the right things. It's going to help you get fierce clarity. But I'm also excited because in addition to all these bonuses, we're also doing a virtual real estate mastermind with me. This is going to be coming up soon in like the next 45 days. And we're going to jump on. I'm going to be answering your questions, review your channel, be able to speak to you directly and walk you through any specific challenges that you have with YouTube. So really, when you add everything up, Video Rake It Academy, the workbook in the private group, camera confidence, video editing basics, video creation made simple, the YouTube secrets guide, and the real estate YouTube secrets guide, the AI toolkit, and the live virtual mastermind with me, that's a total value of over $6,000. That's the hard cost, but you can save over 90% off today when you jump in. So your enrollment is totally risk-free, lifetime access. And when you think about that, again, if you take the payment plan, all you got to do is just finish your payments. There's no hidden fees. There's no like maintenance charges. The powerful thing is you're investing in an asset for your business. And by the way, your license to Video Rake It Academy allows you to also share this with, if you got like an assistant or somebody on your team that's going to be helping you. I always like to invest in resources that can help my whole community go faster. Meaning like, you know, maybe you have that assistant or that person, or you work with a spouse or something. Like, let's get on the same page. You have an educational resource, and then you also have a full 30 days to try it out. And if you don't like it for any reason, whether 29 minutes from now or 29 days from now, just email us and say, I'm not happy. We'll refund 100% of your money. You can only make a guarantee like that if you know that what you have is the real deal, because I'm certain that when you join Video Rake It Academy today, you will thank me later. And so I also shared this text. I got this text message yesterday from one of our students. We've received multiple very high quality leads, and I've had 8 appointments in the last 30 days. When I think about the investment into this program, either taking the 12 payment option at $97 a month or the 1 pay option at $9, lifetime access, think about it. You know this. One client pays for it all. One client pays for it all. Everything else is upside. Come on, you're real estate professionals, right? If all you got was one ranked video that led to one transaction, everything else is upside. Because I like to think about the everything else as well. The brand you're going to build over the next 6 months and even over the next 6 years. The education, this is the critical skill set. Online marketing, video creation. How do you use social media? How do you build your brand on social media? This program is comprehensive, and you're going to learn everything inside of Video Rake It Academy and this special offer with these bonuses. And so you can scan the QR code. If you're like, Sean, how exactly do I get to this special offer? I think when you get there, you might see a countdown clock because this is a limited offer with the bonuses and the fact that we're doing that real estate mastermind. That's going to be live with me. And if you miss it, you're going to get the recordings. You can submit a question ahead of time. We'll make sure we answer it. And so we got you covered no matter what. But here's the bottom line. I think you already know video works and you already know buyers are on YouTube. So let me ask you, if not now, when? And if not this, what's your plan? I'd love to answer your questions. Like, what are your questions about the program? Because listen, YouTube 2026, it's growing. You still have this opportunity to get in. Only 1 out of 10 agents are using video. So now's the time to get the acceleration. And this program's not a magic pill. You got to still do the work, of course, but it's going to give you the system. It's going to give you the step-by-steps. It's going to remove stress. And so I want to encourage you, take advantage of this offer before it ends. You can scan the QR code or click the link in the chat. And Alex, let me know if we have any questions coming in
Well, yeah,
or
I just want
anything that
to
you want to say.
Yeah, one thing I want to add is like why I bring you to this community is because so many of you need to differentiate yourself from the other realtors. And I don't see any other opportunity across any other platform to differentiate yourself other than YouTube because so many realtors are not doing YouTube, right? So here's an opportunity to do something that the rest of the ocean of agents is not doing. That's number one. Number two is I have a client who just posted their property on YouTube when they had the listing. Maria. 3 years later, the listing goes back on the market. Somebody's searching for that property address. She didn't have the listing. They ended up finding the video on her YouTube and they hired her to buy the property. So, like, even stuff like that, like, you never think about it and it rolls around and it pays you out of that. And the last thing I'll share is like, I'm doing it. Like, I'm in his academy. Like, I watched Ben year after year grow his channel. I'm like, oh, I really should get into YouTube. And then Ben's like, oh, I just hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm like, I really should get into YouTube. And then he hit 200,000 subscribers. I'm like, I really should get into YouTube. And then I'm like, that's it. I can't take it anymore. I'm getting in YouTube. I fly to Vegas. I meet Sean. I do his event. I sign up for the program. And like, I'm in. And that's why I'm bringing him to all of you is because, hey, this is the opportunity. And the fact that he's doing this specifically for real estate, that's the key, everybody, that I don't know if you're getting it. Like there's a lot of YouTube people out there, but there's majority of the YouTube influencers in real estate, like Levi, have gone through Sean's program. So there's a reason that they're out there crushing it on YouTube. It's because they've been through Sean's program. So I'm bringing you the best of the best. That's the best I can do for you. Like I can take a horse to water, they say, but I can't make it drink. But it's like, here it is. I'm laying it up for you. This is your opportunity to differentiate in 2026, to jump on something that's taking off, which is YouTube, and to really win some more business.
Yeah, and there's a couple questions, Alex. So Rocky's asking, is there a coupon code? There is no coupon code needed to get this special pricing and these bonuses. The checkout page just has a field for it, but there's no needed. You're getting the best price, no coupon code needed, Rocky. And then, Eddie, I'll answer your question in just a second. Lakia asks, if I do the payment plan, do I get immediate access or do I have to wait to get full access? If you do the payment plan or you pay in full, in either case, you get full immediate access to the full program, including the AI tools. So you could get started again for as little as just $97 for your first payment. Jump into the program, check out the training modules, check out the private group, check out the AI tools. You get full access. And then you can, or if you pay in full, of course, you also get full access. And I want to encourage you too. I know that the holidays get busy and you might be, taking some time off soon, which is a great time to actually dive in and learn new skills. But before you jump off, I encourage you to jump into this offer. Like if you're serious about YouTube, let me know what your questions are, because I think there's two paths. One path is going on your own or going with us, and we're going to help you get there faster. And I know things could get busy and we maybe intend to join something later. Join it right now because you've got a full 30 days to try it out. So we have a full 30-day money back guarantee. So you could dive in. And if for any reason, if you're like, you know what, I changed my mind, no big deal. Like no stress at all. You just email us and we will refund your money. There's a question Eddie asks. I do both real estate and life insurance. Should I have one channel dedicated towards real estate and one towards life insurance? Yes, Eddie, I would separate those. Kind of two different audiences, two different things, but very smart to use YouTube for both of those things. Is there any focus training on YouTube ads? There's not any YouTube ads in this program. This is a YouTube organic content education program. YouTube's free. Of course, you've got your gear, whatever else you invest in, the education. But the cool thing about organic traffic on YouTube is, yeah, you're not doing paid advertising. Now that's great. It works for some people. Also, some people burn a lot of money and don't end up with much. And it's also interesting. You can think about, I've studied out in different markets that what is like even just buying leads cost. Maybe some of you have bought leads from Zillow or wherever, and that could cost what, $100 for a buyer lead, $1,000 for a buyer lead. The power of organic ranked content, which is what this program will teach you, is creating videos on YouTube that are going to bring you leads and clients, not just one time, but over and over and over again. And so does the course start with the basics of starting your channel? It does. Marcella, and you can you dive in. And remember, when you join today, you have a chance to schedule a welcome call. These happen a couple times a month, and you're going to jump on with one of our Think Media coaches, and we're going to learn a little bit about you, and then we will tell you exactly where you should go. So, like you said, if I just need the basics, like where do I go? We're going to point you straight to that module. If you're listening to this, you're like, I don't know if I need this program. I already know I have some skills. Trust me, join the program. You got a full 30 days to try it out. You're going to be blown away. Like, I didn't know that. Okay, that took me to another level. There's no way we could cover all the advanced strategies for getting views, building your brand that we cover inside of this program. Plus, on that mastermind that's going to be happening with me soon, I'm going to be live with you. I'm going to be answering your questions, sharing the latest stuff. And by the way, when you get lifetime access, you're getting lifetime access not just to updates to the course, but also updates to the AI tools. I know you're busy. And so these tools help you go so fast, where use our tools and you're going to get fierce clarity on what video to make, fierce clarity on channel strategy. So you could scan the QR code to see this special offer,
Yeah.
and you
One
can
one
also,
thing, Sean.
yeah.
There was a question from John. With a purchase course, how long will I have access to the course? I think sometimes people are confused. Like, this isn't a subscription that's going on for their life. This is like a one-time purchase. If you could explain that.
Yeah, that's a big deal. So, yeah, how long will you have access? You have lifetime access. So, I know there's a lot of powerful membership programs out there, and kind of like Netflix, I would love to get lifetime access to Netflix. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? I'm like, I'll pay a lot of money right now so that I could just not have to ever pay again. That's what this is. You don't have to pay monthly like Netflix. You pay one time and you have lifetime access. Now, if you do the payment plan, all we've done is just divide up your lifetime membership over 12 months. But as soon as you've completed your payments, there's no hidden fees, there's no additional upcharges. And yes, you are grandfathered into new course updates. And Anita, you absolutely can start after the holidays. I'm sure a lot of people are thinking that. You're like, do I need to join this? Listen, I get it. It's December 16th, or maybe you're watching the replay. Let me encourage you, scan the QR code, jump in, lock it in right now, because it's really kind of like locking in your commitment to YouTube. Can you start mid-January? For sure. If things are busy until February, it's still the smart move to invest in the right system, to invest in the right program, and to get this. It's kind of like I've learned, and I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on my education, and I always invest in coaching. A lot of times I learned that the transformation is in the transaction. Like when I put skin in the game, like when you pay attention. When you invest in something, you're like, even just the reminder, come on, you get that $97 payment, and then it's going to hit your credit card again. And you're like, okay, that's my reminder. When you pay attention. This is a resource. And so, yeah, congratulations, Ted, just signed up and paid. Welcome to the fam. So Anita, I would lock it in now, because that's locking in success on YouTube in 2026. It's making that decision that I'm going to invest in my business, in my future, in my YouTube channel. And congrats, Rocky. Congrats, Sergey. Congrats, RJ. Registered. Welcome. Excited to connect with you on the mastermind. Our team is excited to connect with you on the welcome call. And if you have any questions, let me know. I see David's question. Are reading scripts for YouTube not encouraged? I freeze up or slip when I speak from my heart. David, it works. I shared with you clear value tax, and it's not that he reads the script, but he kind of just talks a little bit, and then he looks down at his paper and he reads. We also can help you with tech if you want to use like a simple teleprompter or something like that. It's not a bad idea. Remember, what people want is the value. They're not watching this like you're a stand-up comedian that's going to keep them entertained. They want to know the 10 mistakes before buying a home in your local city. They want just good information. So scripts are encouraged. Some of us here, you might be okay communicating a little bit more extemporaneously. In either case, it's about the valuable content, and it's about ranking videos. It's about making the videos in the right way. Congrats, Ethel. Congrats, Eddie. So Raj, this offer, I think Victoria could tell you, or if you go to the page, I think, Raj, you could see that there's like a countdown, because the way we do it at our company, again, when that mastermind, that's not something that we offer typically, right? With a couple hours with me on a virtual mastermind. These bonuses, the specific bonuses that are here, is not something we offer typically. And, I was just having a meeting with my CPA, as we're always, analyzing. Lifetime access is actually kind of a crazy thing to do, because we have the hard cost of our staff, our team, our software, and all of that. So I can't guarantee this price and these bonuses in the future. but you could see the deadline. Victoria just said it, December 23rd, 9 a.m. And I think when you go on the page, you'll see a countdown clock as well. So yeah, make sure to lock this in now. And man, I just think about this, what do you want to happen in 2026? What do you want to happen in your business? What are your goals? What are the targets? If you don't want to do YouTube, then you shouldn't join this program, right? But if you're serious about YouTube, this is going to help you reach your goals faster. It's going to be one of the best investments you can make in your YouTube business. And I always think about, you're just one transaction away, right? When we think about one client, it's going to pay for it all. The price that we've put this at, the bonuses, everything else is upside. One client pays for it all. And so if you've got other questions, let me know. And I'm here to help. And then Alex, I don't know if there's any other, housekeeping stuff we want to do or anything.
Nah, I want to congratulate the action takers for sure. I love my community that takes action here. Congrats, Danny. Congrats to Ethel and Eddie. Congrats to Rose Snow, to Rocky, to Ted, RJ, Serge. Serge is like a high level influencer with us. Taking action, I mean, that's the name of the game, right? Like information alone never helped anyone. That's why I bring these kind of programs to you all, because these are programs that are going to make a difference in your business. There's a lot of courses out there, but when you look at social media, you got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got LinkedIn, you got YouTube. I don't know anybody that's teaching about LinkedIn, so I haven't brought anybody on LinkedIn, right? But I also feel like YouTube makes such a bigger difference in your business than LinkedIn does right now. Facebook and Instagram, you guys know I teach on that all the time, so you're getting the trainings from me. So I'm not the one to train you on YouTube, so what's the next best thing? I bring you the authority, right? And I've watched so many of our influencer clients go through Sean's program and get results, right? I mean, if you look at some of the people who have gone through the program, their YouTubes are next level compared to how they were when they first started. So this program just gets you going. It gets you on the right track. It gives you the blueprint. It's got the systems, the AI that he's talking about. I mean, all of you know I teach on AI, but I don't know if you understand that AI to create the titles and the thumbnails and all of that, you can use that for everything. You could even use that for Instagram or for Facebook or for, titles of posts on different platforms. So you're getting like the best title creator, right? And he's already given you some amazing titles that you could use. And the last thing I'll share is all of you can apply the same principle just in your local markets, and all of you can have success. Versus a lot of things, it's like, oh, there's too many agents doing it in my market. Here's something where it doesn't matter. Like you'll all be experts in your local market and you can all follow the same tactics and you can all win. This is like such a win-win-win versus like if I brought you Zillow, you'd compete for the zip code. Like not on YouTube. On YouTube, you all can be in the same zip codes and crush on YouTube.
That's really good. And there's 77 people on here, and I want to thank everybody. It's been an honor to get to hang out with you today. And if you have any more questions, post your question. But I am curious, if you're on the fence, you're still listening to this, just even my personal curiosity, if you're on the fence, what's holding you back from diving in? Like what question do you have about the program? Or is it, maybe about a personal season of your life? I'm always just for my own information, would love to know, because my mission is to help a million purpose-driven individuals build profitable YouTube channels. And I know this program will change your life. And I know that it will help you not just build your brand, but even practically, I know it'll pay for itself with one transaction. I love talking to real estate agents because you're already positioned to, if you just get one more deal this next year that you wouldn't have gotten, not only do I go, man, that not only just paid for your investment in the program, but you're learning so many other things. You're building your brand. You're investing in your future trust and authority and celebrity online credibility. To your point, Alex, we hung out after we had met years before. You came to one of our events. A few years later, we met up in Vegas at the Keller Williams thing. Years ago, we met with Ben. I remember meeting Ben for the first time. And one of the incredible things that is like what fills my heart the most is the conversations that I'll get to have with people that are on here right now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Like, you're doing what now? You're like, what door of opportunity opened? So the cool thing about the real estate business is you just need one client and it pays for this program, but then it's all the extra benefits. Of course, driving more business, but my friends, like, you just have no idea what's waiting for you on the other side of building your personal brand, of building your brokerage brand, of building your online brand. It leads to untold opportunities that compound year after year. So David says, my concern is the technology part, making thumbnails, etc. David, you see on screen that video creation made simple workshop. We cover that in depth very simply. We give you Canva templates, by the way. So you've got, I know Canva has some, but like we have templates included. So David, we can cover you on that. But even deeper is the psychology piece because thumbnails, we want them to like practically look good. That's probably where a lot of our minds go. But the powerful thing about a training like this is you learn what actually gets clicks. So we do have thumbnail training inside of you. Marcella says, "Thank you. I don't like to make rash decisions." Appreciate that. That's a great answer. Maybe, pray about it, think about it a few days. Encourage you just be checking your text messages and emails because there is a deadline. So you do have a few days to make a decision, Marcella. I appreciate you sharing that. I'm sold and can't wait to get started in the course. Thank you so much. Information is gold. Love that. Getting past the holidays. Love it. Going to read the book over the weekend. Sounds better as you talk. Amazing. Love it. This commitment it will take to turn my focus away from my other lead sources. That's a good point. And so here's what I would say, Ricardo, if you would tell me, you go, Sean, I just have too much business and I have too much money. Like I am super frustrated. Like I am annoyed with how much business I have, how much money I have. If that's the case, I'm going to send you my Venmo because you can then just maybe, if you have too much money, but I kind of say that jokingly because you want to dig your well before you're thirsty. And you're right. This does take time and focus. But the thing I love about YouTube is we learned about ranked videos. So when you're investing in YouTube, you're investing in the future. You post videos today so that you can keep getting inbound leads 3 months from now, 6 months from now, even years later. Alex shared that story of a simple listing video. A couple years later, that singular YouTube video actually led to business again. When you build up a library of videos, so I always think about it more based on like goal. Like what are my goals? What are my aspirations? Where do I want to be in the next 3 to 5 to, 10 years? And expect if you're like, I have enough leads, there's no problems there. My only caution too is sometimes lead sources dry up. You know what I mean? And so it's always nice to be diversified in our lead sources as well. So respect. I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah,
But just thoughts.
one
Yeah.
more thing on lead sources, because I think we all look at that like all these lead sources. Like I got Zillow coming in, I got Realtor coming in, I got Homes.com coming in, I got my Facebook leads, etc. The difference that I see with YouTube leads, and it's crazy to me that so few realtors do it. If they watch a video about your local town and then they actually opt into a lead, like they download your free home buying guide or your home valuation estimate or whatever, that person is so prime. Like they're so interested. That's why you don't need a lot of views. That's why you don't need hundreds of thousands of views. Like 400 people watching a video is like game changing. Like imagine 400 people watching you on a video about your local town and then 10 of them contact you. Those leads are so hot off the press. I would throw away like 1,000 Zillow leads that I would have to chase because they're just shopping around versus they watched my 15-minute video, then contacted me. Like, I hope you all get that. Like, that is the game changer. It's such a high qualified lead. Like, I
Alex,
watch it with Ben. It's just like unbelievable the kind of stuff that comes through.
yeah, I love that you're saying that. And this might sound like a crazy statement, but it's totally true. 100%. That's like, how can you make it like 100%? It's like a large percentage. It's all of them. Like 100% of the agents we work with say this. All of them say this. The best leads I've ever gotten come from YouTube. It's when a lead comes from YouTube, just echoing what you're saying, it's different. And it's the reason it's different is because of intent and because of what's also called persuasion. There's actually a really good book from like what Robert Sandali or however you say his name. He wrote the book Influence. His newest book is called Persuasion. Good book, by the way, to add to your Amazon wish list. And it's about the fact that when we want to close more business, it's about what happens before the sale that actually helps us close the sale. And he does all these studies, like when you go to a mattress website or a pillow website, the color of the website, there's clouds on the website. Sometimes there's these different things, the different colors. It gets the prospect in a mindset to be more prepared to buy. And so it's called persuasion. What's happened before they even end up on the phone, or what's happened before they. And so, not only the fact of doing YouTube, but the things you do in the videos, how you demonstrate your authority, how you make a connection with the viewer, it gets the individual to a place where super frustrating. You spend a couple $100 on a Zillow lead and it just falls through, like it doesn't lead to anything. Well, they never really made a connection with you. By sheer nature of them watching YouTube videos first and making YouTube videos in a particular way, they're primed once they get on the phone. This is what agents will say. They'll say, like, when they're walking through a house doing a showing, the person will go, I feel like I already know you because I've been watching your YouTube videos. It's kind of weird meeting you because I've already spent 10 minutes with you, 2 hours with you. And that's really the secret, because as you're building rapport with somebody, how long does it take to build rapport? Anybody who's dated or eventually got engaged or married, it took you time, unless you were in Vegas, you got married and, the day you met, you built rapport over multiple dates, multiple weeks, multiple months. The cool thing about building a library of YouTube content is you're building rapport, but you're not working to do it. The videos are doing it for you. Now, the disclaimer is you got to make those YouTube videos first, and we'll show you exactly how to do that, what to say step by step in this program. But that's why YouTube is like a fine wine. It gets better with age. YouTube's like a fine wine. It gets better with age. As you build those YouTube videos up, you create like this flywheel effect of more and more business, more and more people. Rosita, right? She's getting 1 view per hour. It doesn't sound that significant, but one person every hour, 24 hours a day is watching that video. They're building rapport with her. They're getting to know her. She's adding value. They're learning about her personality or whatever. So when the phone rings, the email comes in, the text message comes in, that just proves the point. YouTube leads are the greatest leads on the internet. Bold statement, but I would say they just are, because Google proved it. It's called the 7-11-4 rule. That people need to spend 7 hours with you over 11 touch points. A lot of times before someone even texts you or calls you, they won't just watch one of your YouTube videos, they'll watch multiple. And then they're like, shoot, now's the time to call this person. I've been able to connect with them. The problem is this: if you don't have multiple videos posted, or you don't have any videos posted, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving opportunity on the table. You're leaving future business on the table.
Yeah, the other thing that's like a fine wine, me, because I get better with age as you all watch my videos.
Yes.
Like, how do you all know me so well is because of my videos, right? Like, you're building that rapport with me, whether you watched it live or you watched a replay or you watched it on my YouTube. Like, a lot of you got to know me through my YouTube videos. And I think that's like so gold for you all to build that rapport with people through YouTube. It's awesome. So you got
Yes.
some great
And
questions in the chat there.
so T says, what's the advertised cost now? So the investment to get into this special offer with these bonuses is either 12 payments of $97 or one payment of $997. This is not a membership program. You're actually getting lifetime access, including future updates to the program and to the AI tools and to the community. So when you scan the QR code, it's going to take you over to the sales page. There's a FAQ there. You could select, do you want the one pay option? Or do you want multiple payments, 12 payment option? Then you're going to go to the checkout page. You do not need a coupon code. You're already getting the best price. And if you scan the QR code, or Alex can post again the link, or Victoria posts the link, we'll make sure you could go to that page now. When you get there, you're also going to notice a countdown clock. This is a limited offer, so you do have a few days to decide, but I want to encourage you, if you're on the fence, if you're still here, it tells me you're serious about YouTube. Lock this in now. Head to the page, choose either one pay or 12 pay, lock it in, enter your information, and join now. And here's why: because you do have a 30-day money back guarantee. So I want to encourage you. You're on this training for a reason. It tells me you're ambitious. You want to have the best year ever in your real estate business in 2026, and you understand the power of video and YouTube. This program is going to help you reach your goals faster, period. And it's going to pay for itself with just one client. One transaction, it'll pay for yourself and everything else is upside. But if you join today, and whether it's 29 minutes from now or 29 days from now, you're like, I'm not happy or I don't want to stick with this, just email us and we'll refund your money. You have a 30-day money back guarantee. And so again, you can only make a guarantee like that when you know that what you have is the real deal. I know this program is going to over deliver for your expectations. So you can see the link in the chat. You can click that link or you can scan the QR code. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But yeah, lock it in before the holidays. Make the decision now to invest in your business, invest in making 2026 the best year ever, to get ahead of the 90% of agents that are not doing video yet, which is crazy, but that is the stats from the National Association of Realtors. Fred, Merry Christmas to you. Here's to crushing 2026. Come on. It's going to be a great year. And yeah, Alex, I think if there's anything else you want from me, but I also want to just send massive love and gratitude and appreciation to everybody watching. Grateful for you, David. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. The replay will be up on the YouTube channel, of course. Where else would I put it? And yeah, I congratulate you action takers that took action. For those of you that didn't take action, I hope you take action in some way with the information that was provided in this training today. You have the guidebook on the different equipment. I recommend getting that equipment, that, the mics, the holder, the get some lights for yourself. So some basic stuff does make a difference. Don't have to break the bank on that at all, especially nowadays. Your phone is the tool, and that course is the gold. Like with that course, you really can make magic happen. And not only on YouTube, but you can really apply this across all your social media channels. But it's focused on YouTube. But I've personally used, Sean, what you've trained on and then like applied it to other channels as well, like repurposing the content. So yeah, I get a lot more bang for my buck like that, right?
Absolutely. And I think Ethel, if you're asking about the guidebook, here's that gear guide. So we have that gear guide for you as well. You can scan that QR code. I think you could also text and get that guidebook as well. And that's the cool thing. I mean, it's like I shared with you that the gear guide is a few things off Amazon for under $100. You know what I mean? Like it's incredible for what you could get to accessorize your phone. And if you want to set up kind of a at your desk type of recording as well, we covered everything we covered in this class is in this free. This is a free download, by the way, that's on screen. That is just a free gear guide for you. And then Victoria also posted a link to that as well. And so you could get that free gear guide that you have for you. And yeah, we're committed to your success. Super excited. 2026 is going to be a great year. And Alex, I'm sure you have the same mindset as I do. People say, I totally get it too. What's going to happen in the economy? What's going to happen with interest rates? What's going to happen with politics? What's going to happen? And I always it matters, but my mindset is it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
there's always a way to thrive in any economy, in any market. Of course, empathetic. I know there's times when like portions of agents and mortgage professionals kind of get wiped out and things get tough. That's why you want to recession proof your business by building a personal brand because the deals are always going to go to somebody. There's always going to be people that got to move. There's always going to be people, no matter what's happening. There's always buyers, there's always sellers. And the individuals that have a brand and that have a YouTube channel, it's like an insurance policy. That's why I want to dig my well before I'm thirsty. Even if things are going great, it's one of the best times to invest in being even better, to having armor around your real estate business so you have multiple lead sources. So anyways, I believe that no matter what happens in 2026, it's going to be a great year because we're going to make it a great year. Carlos, I would put shorts and videos on the same channel. Assuming, Carlos, you're doing real estate agents. You're doing real estate and you're serving buyers and sellers. If you've got a clear target audience, you want to get real estate transactions from your YouTube channel, then yes, create shorts to accomplish that, create long form videos to accomplish that. And by the way, inside of Video Reiki Academy, we cover both. We have a whole training on YouTube Shorts, and then we have a whole training on YouTube long form videos as well. Appreciate you, Carlos. All right, Alex. All right, everyone. And yes, Carlos, YouTube seems to be buyer leads driven. Can we focus on sellers? Of course. How to prepare your house to sell, things you need to know for getting ready to sell. When you add valuable information, people are asking specific questions. You want to show up in your local market, you absolutely could get leads for both, not just buyers, but also sellers. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. Alex, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate you too. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for staying late and answering all the questions. We're an hour and 40 minutes in, so it's freaking awesome that you could stay around with us. Appreciate
Hey,
it.
hey, grateful for y'all. Merry Christmas. God bless. Thank you. It's super great to hang out with y'all, and we will talk in the future.
Sounds good. Have a great productive week, everybody. Enjoy your holidays.